this University of Austin thing. And I think it's like really important because when you're running a failed state like Oklahoma and you have all the problems that Oklahoma has, instead of talking about things that really matter or issues that we actually have, it is way better to be out there talking about shit that isn't real or doesn't matter or is low priority. And so Bari Weiss, who is a pretty renowned columnist, she was an opinion writer with New York Times, because, they got to have both sides out there, the conservative and the neoliberal side of things. But anyway, her and a bunch of, folks that palled around with Jeffrey Epstein and, these conservative thinkers have started the University of Austin, not to be confused with UT Austin, because that would be crazy, and they wouldn't want that to happen. But they're starting like a private, not for profit, university that's gonna presumably focus on what traditional universities don't focus on, and I assume that's like conservative culture war issues. But yeah, this is like all these like campus free speech warriors, folks are focusing on the real things that are happening in America, like that conservative people with millions of followers and giant platforms and access to like, the New York Times opinion page, they don't get enough oxygen in our atmosphere in the United States of America, so they have to go start their own deal. So anyway, I point this out because I think it's funny and sad and pathetic. But yeah, please don't give these people your money because they're terrible. And yeah, I don't know. Thoughts, opinions, reacts?
I don't know what it really means to be a right-wing scholar because I don't think those things can work together. Because one is functionally about being a cognitively dissonant individual who doesn't want to accept the truth that's in front of them. And the other is somebody who like actually studies. And if you don't know how to, and a lot of the things that we really tend to talk about, like in a university setting, is just about like, yeah, this was like a problem. This is something that we probably shouldn't say in our classrooms, or like, oh, this is we're trying to study and figure out solutions, and they don't want to figure out solutions,
Yeah.
or at least the solution is like we're not part of the solution. So
yeah, we're not the problem. That's like always the thing is like, wait, you mean all of us that control the economic system, the political system, have access to all the resources? We're not to blame. It's clearly your individual personal choice to, I guess, be born black or brown or poor or whatever. Like that's who's really at fault here for why your outcomes are so bad.
Although I am going to say this, there was only one point. Like what I think is really fascinating, especially with all these folks who are on the right, who are so-called like so forth, like smart people, is this Substack post that they had one about putting out, and it uses a lot of our language, which is really interesting to me. And because I don't necessarily disagree with this one component. Like they're talking about like tuition is skyrocketing over the course of the past 3 decades. The nation's students are $1.7 trillion in student loans, and like our institutions are on like nearly about to be on the verge of collapse. And that most money is being used on administration over education. I'm just like, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with that component. It's just the way that you're like going about this is just not correct. Like, I think, what is it going to take for you to realize that like, oh, you're like so close. You're so close.
Yeah.
It's like if you're familiar with like the right wing's fabled meme ability, and like they meme themselves into just being like, oh no, we're almost there. Like we've almost got it. Like, how did you miss the freaking point?
Yeah. No, exactly. Comment from Athena. Like That's what the right does so well. They take a kernel of truth and then send people to read the protocols. Yeah, I mean, exactly. They take like the one thing that's true, which is costs are skyrocketing, and then implement a version of it that's not going to fix that, but also cause all these other problems along with it. I mean, the part they leave out on all this stuff is that they aren't going to actually they're not accredited, right? They aren't. It's very debatable what their final product's going to be on something like this, and they leave out that state spending has gone down. Like they leave out the actual reasons why costs skyrocket or that you have some of these problems. Thanks for watching our video. Please give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more content. If you want to engage with us, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram.